Hey guys, Big 8 out here. Hey guys, Big 8 out here, and today, hey guys, Commander Tex here, and today we're going to be watching Z. Going to go ahead and fast forward through the, beginning minute or so. We got ourselves an early pool. I believe that is a 12 pool. So I come over here with probe, scout that it's a 12 pool, go home, and I start to wreck the wall, get another gateway, sell it immediately, and then get a cyber core. I should have done cyber core first to keep the wall going and get tech up faster, but whatever. Oh, I even cancel it because it's not in the right part of the wall to make a full wall. But you gotta do sometimes. Zealot in the wall on hold position, probe over here in case we need to reinforce the wall. Sixlings rolling up. And what I like to do is just put a gateway here and send the Zealot out to fight this. But for some reason I just kept trying to bait him, move out a little bit, but never move out so far that you can't get the Zealot back in the hole before the Zerglings get in there. Starting Adept and Shield Battery now that the core is done. Keep the Zealot there. But now that my Cyber Core is about to done, I finally do that move where I make a wall back here and I just A-move the Zealot out to kill everything it can. Target fire the weak Zerglings. And doing that, we get 6 kills. Good. Zerglings are going to leave. We'll follow the Adept. Now that we've held it, more stuff. Meanwhile, on the other side, he has finally started to make queens. He already had one, just pumping massive amounts of drones. I'm over here getting a Proxy Stargate. I actually don't remember most of this game. I played it a couple days ago. It's really late at night. One of those just weird late night cheesy games where you're trying to hang out. And then a man 12 pulls you, It's 2 in the morning, you're trying to play some StarCraft, and you get 12 pulled. So I decided I was gonna do some cheesy shit to him. So I proxied the Stargate, get more depths, getting Warp Gate back at home. And he is pretty far ahead of me on workers. He's just been making drones and queens so far. Does he even have lane speed? Yeah. Literally just drones and queens. Absolutely disgusting levels of greed. And so, we're going to punish it by chronoing an oracle 10 feet away from his drones. And then we're going to do it again. I'm a fan of multiple oracles in PvZ, at least 2, because if they're greedy with their spores like this, you just shift-click drones and you can get so many. And the second one, if they don't have a spore, can also get a ton. This oracle just barely gets out with 7 health. That last second maneuvering to get as many drones as you can, but not lose the oracle. Another oracle is on the way. And we're going into a fleet beacon because I'm going to proxy tempest this guy. Now, I wanted to come up here and build shield batteries, but it looks like these 2 Zerglings are going to start to deny that. I'll play a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie with this probe so I can get a shield battery down. And then I wanted to save this energy to go get more drone kills, but I decided to use it on the Lings. So he's still just making drones, queens. I guess a couple spores now. So it's like out of juice at this point. They really have so little when they first spawn, but they just kill drones so fast. We're starting to warp in stalkers at the front. So this is, I don't know. I couldn't really justify why I was doing this, but I've been seeing Creator do Stalker Oracle, right? This is just the cheesy version of it. You get Stalker Battery, but then you've got the Oracles for Stasis Swords, and if the Zerglings run into you, you can like kite them back, and you can turn on the Oracles. You've got Tempests coming now. The first one's going to come over here and shoot an Overlord instead of going for the drones for some reason. And then these Stalkers, they look like they're getting overwhelmed. The Stasis Sword definitely doesn't do anything. But then I can turn on the Oracles when they're back here, and it just melts all of these Zerglings. Now, they don't want to be fighting the Queens, for sure. So I want to pull them back, keep fighting with just the Stalkers. This Tempest got stuck shooting that Spine Crawler, or that Spore Crawler, so don't think we're missing anything important over there. I was definitely too focused on microing these Stalkers to notice it myself. Finally kill something, and it starts shooting another Overlord. Classic. Meanwhile, on the front, the Stalkers are doing good work against these Queens. They have to run back to creep to continue to get gen. I finally get around to sending another probe over here to make some more batteries, because if we're going to do the Tempest thing, we should do it. I also decide to group up the Tempest with the rest of my army, because I realized that they were shooting spores in the main and were going to die, so probably better to keep them over by the batteries and help kill these Queens. Queens are actually disgustingly bad against Tempests, because you can just kite them forever, especially if they're off creep or there's any kind of terrain features. Especially like this, I was just keeping them hold positioned up here for a while, and the Queens can't even see them without Overlords. I believe we I believe we rushed out Tectonic Destabilizers. We did not. We're getting a Templar Archives. We're killing the third. That's really nice. We didn't hard wall ourselves in, so we can expand whenever we want. We got more batteries over here, really securing this position. I wish the batteries could be like over here. That way I could siege into the main really easy, but we might get there. The Tempests are now starting to do a lot of work. That's a couple Overlords dead, another one's on the way. You don't quite finish that one off. Now, as soon as you get to the point where you're really sieging down buildings, you want to get that upgrade. So I'm finally getting Tectonic Destabilizers. Oh my god. Artosis and Tasteless always joke about not knowing the upgrade names, but like, I don't know, I've just heard people say them so much at this point. I'm amazed they don't. Like, I think it's fine that they don't, but like, it's kind of crazy to me that they've never heard them. Either way, the Tempests are just gonna keep kiting back and forth and like never getting hit by spores, and then whenever the Queens come forward, you just shoot them and run back. Now that the creep has receded from the Nat, we're actually going to establish some cannon battery up here, supported by the Stalkers. Could throw down a couple Stasis Wards over here. Meanwhile, he's going for a Nidus. Probably a pretty solid play, as I don't have any defenses at home. I'm just kind of running around with Stalkers and Tempests. The Tempests do great. The Stalker control probably leaves a little bit to be desired, seeing as how I was doing pretty much perfect until those 4 Stalkers that I just lost constituted most of my resources lost so far. They're gonna continue to do this little loop around and just get shot by the roaches some more. So what is that? That was 7 Stalkers for free? Oh no. So, our third base is going to be his gold. Now this is very important. Not taking your gold, because if this turns into a macro game, somehow you've stolen all of his resources. Now the Nidus in the main is looking like it could do quite a bit. We'll have to keep our eyes on this. Alright, so he unloads a bunch of Queens. Meanwhile, the Tempest... So as soon as I hear this Nidus, I know I need to kill the bases. So the Tempests come in here and target fire down the hatch. All the probes get recalled to the gold base. They're just going to walk over there, I guess. They didn't get recalled. The Tempests kill the main. And then this one, almost dead, gets healed by the shield batteries. Meanwhile, the Zerg is sieging down my main base. The Tempest Stalker is going to kill the Nat now. Meanwhile, I'm just going to take this base. I know it's off center, but I don't have time to kill that pylon, so we're just gonna go with it. These guys are gonna come in here, target down this base for no mining. Run away. Go target down this base now. Meanwhile, he's still like slowly sieging down my main, hasn't even gotten to my Nat. Threw down, keep going forward to get a third. Oh, I made a sentry at some point. I'm such a classy person making high-tech units. I always forget to make sentries. He's evacuating with the Nidus Worm. That's a cool play. We're gonna go take a base in here. The third is dead. And now I've got this base almost done. It might be offset by one, but who cares? It's going to be fully saturated. This base is fully saturated now. Still going around clearing creep with Oracle. He has successfully sieged both my main and my Nat and is now retaking a base here. But I have 2 full mining bases. The economy difference, I'm sure, is quite substantial, it would seem. And that's the power of knowing when there's going to be a base trade. Like, as soon as I recognized that Nidus Scream, everything went across the map. Take a new base, take this new base. I didn't quite need that yet. I just needed to, I had like 2 bases worth of probes, so I already had this one. I just made another one, and then got that all saturated away from this attack. These Tempests go over here to go kill this base. He retook his main for some reason, and I mean, at this point it's a numbers game because he isn't making any money. So I just sit here for a little while, and at this point, you know, you kind of know that you're winning when the other person doesn't have any bases that they're mining from, and you're mining from 3. So you can kind of do whatever you want. I wanted to expand everywhere and attack him with like 1 or 2 units at a time until he left, because I don't like forcing people out of the game. I like to just display that I have won and allow them to leave. So for this attack, for example, I attacked with about 1/3 of my army, maybe 1/4, because I didn't want to scare him out of the game, you know? I needed to make sure that I just barely won the fight. So like, I go in there, it's kind of a bad fight at the beginning, and then we send in a couple more, you know, just enough to make sure that we win, but not like so overwhelming that he thinks that he could never be in the game anymore. So we push him out. We're expanding to the other gold and the other corner, of course. Cannon battery everywhere. Why not? So we push him out of here. Do a little bit of blink micro, send a couple charge lots in, 3 at a time. This is always a classic for me, is just the couple charge lots running in to do what they can. Those 3 are dead because of all the roaches. These 3 are even more dead because of all the roaches and queens. And that did nothing, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to go on and continue, see what the next thing I do to him is. Looks like something got attacked by the 3 Archons. A couple Zealots go into his main after I realized that he retook this. So they're just going to kill everything before these, 5 units can do anything about it. Then I just keep running in 2 Zealots at a time. These 2 Zealots actually happen to get all the drones at this base while he's not paying attention. That was cool. Oh, and then sadly, these mutas walk into 4 Stalkers and 2 Archons and are obliterated. Again, every single Zealot sent into the main dies to these 3 Queens and 2 Roaches. The 1 Zealot over here, similar fate. Sell it. Exact same fate, actually. And, I don't know, I've got a lot of blueberries at this point. I do like to just look at a field of Archons, so, You know, now that I made that, I can probably go kill him, I guess. I do like watching these zealots individually get like 5 worker kills. That's always pretty entertaining. I think he just splits here in a second by the looks of this. Zach? Oh, yep. He sees, what is that? 6 zealots and an archon at 20 minutes, and he just taps out. It's too much for him. So, yeah, that was, that last maybe 6 minutes was an exercise in winning, but hiding that you're winning enough to keep them in the game. Because the best part of the game is while you're winning, right? And once you've won, you're no longer winning. You've got to extend the time where a game is going on, where you are in the winning position. And if you're winning too hard, they'll leave because they'll know that they're losing. But if you try and distract them from the fact that they're losing by menial bullshit, they'll stay in and you can just continue to do whatever you want. It's an art, truly. Like, watching the Florencio files, like, he is the king of it. He will, like, make people so angry that they want to stay in the game just to beat him. But he'll just be too far ahead the whole time, but he'll hide it. It's amazing. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.